a sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Well, I'm so pleased to have somebody join me in my Zoom room. This is a musician, and well, there's more than that, but we'll start off with that. And this is Duane Watson.
Nice to meet you, Nancy.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So thanks very much for coming here. I do appreciate that.
Oh, I appreciate you having me.
Because I think originally we were going to do it over Zoom, were you?
Yes, we were originally. I thought that'd be more personal to come and
I love it. I love
get to
it
meet you
because-
face to face.
Thanks. I love it because you get a different kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's more personal. Yeah.
So let's talk about, now I know you have a band.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's the name? Don't call me ma'am.
I'm sorry.
What's the name of the band?
Duane Watson Band.
Okay, so
And
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to just introduce my brothers, my band brothers. One guy from town here, Ron Johnson. He plays bass for me. And I have Russell England from Abbotsford. He's a young feller that's my drummer. And then my manager, my right arm, he does everything for me. Guitar player, he's fantastic. Is Willie D. Sober. His
Seen that
stage
name. Yeah, I love that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool stage name.
Yeah. So when did you form the band?
Me and Willie got together. I was absent for 20 years because of my health of alcohol and drugs.
Oh, okay.
And I don't lie about it. I write about it in my songs and that.
Okay, yeah,
So I quit music for 20 years. I didn't even hardly pick up a guitar.
right.
And me and Willie got together somewhere around, I think, 2019, after almost 20 years away from being, and I started writing again and started looking for guitar players, and me and him, yeah, just we kind of stumbled on each other, and we just, yeah, it's like we've known each other forever. So about 2019 we started, and we went through a different bunch of band members, and we were over in Maple Ridge area, and then I ended up moving out here and been here in this great town of the Whack here. I love it. I love it here. So I've been over here about a good year now.
Okay, all right. So like before the drugs, but let's go back even before that. So you were performing before that, right?
When I was a young kid, I was like 12 years old, playing in coffee houses and
Really?
yeah, in northern BC and stuff like that. And I learned how to play guitar at home from my older brothers, and we grew up with no radios. Well, we had radios, you could get it at nighttime, but we had no TV and stuff like that. So my brothers play guitar, and that's how I learned to play from them, right?
Yeah.
And just kind of went with that. And by the time I think I was 17, going on 18, but I was still 17, and it was my first paying gigs in taverns or in Alberta.
It feels pretty good, right? When you get paid.
Oh yeah, it was great. Oh yeah, it was something I was getting $25 a night, I think, for singing. I didn't even have a PA system. I would just sit at a table,
Yeah.
and I'd just start singing old Hank Williams songs and stuff like that. And I'd make $25 a night for doing that.
So now that you have your band, like what style of music do you perform?
Well, that's all original. I
Yeah.
don't do nobody else's songs but my own.
Okay.
And some people call me outlaw country, some call me country rock, traditional, or Canadiana. I've had a few guys say, "Oh, you heard," because I sing a lot about Western Canada stuff, right? And I just sing about my life, is virtually what it is. Everything my albums are all about is just people that were in my life, or things that happened, or something that meant to me. It's always something. It's just something in my life.
Right. So is it always your songs that you personally, or do the other members ever write?
Me and Willie, we wrote a song that me and I do write with another guy out in Tofino. His name is Craig Devine.
Okay.
And he lives by Long Beach there, just a beautiful place, eh? But we've been knowing each other since about 1984. And we just hit it off right off the bat. And we wrote about maybe 20 songs together, me and him, and he's a really good writer. He's pretty, and we're best of friends and all that too, eh?
Very nice.
But the rest of the stuff is just pretty much on my own. Willie wrote the guitar tracks to a song called "I Remember You." It was kind of cool how we were just walking around, kind of playing our guitars, me and him. There's nobody else in the music room, and he goes, "Hey, I got this guitar lick I've been working on," and he comes up with this guitar lick, and I was like, "Oh, does this ever sound? This is pretty cool beat, you know?"
Yeah.
And he says, "Hey," he calls me Watson. "Watson, you got any lyrics to go with that?" Well, 5 minutes later, I said, this is crazy. And I put the words to his guitar,
Right.
and we recorded it, and it went #1 on Canadian Indie Countdown,
Oh my
and
gosh.
then out of Ontario.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Now,
So it was pretty cool.
yeah, speaking of that, you did bring me a CD, Dead Man's Whiskey. Sorry, the lighting, it's hard to show it here because of the lighting. It kind of reflects bad. But anyway, when did you make this CD?
This was, I don't even know the date on it. I think it's been out a couple of years. So
Yeah.
I kind of lose track of stuff, and time is rolling along way different.
Right, yeah, for sure.
It's been out for a few years on the market. Doing pretty good on, like, our videos are really doing good.
That's nice.
We're getting lots of views, like up to 74,000 views on one of the songs. Yeah. And on Spotify and the rest of it, it's not, because I'm a no name. It's hard to sell yourself if you don't got big money and investment behind you. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of like this. You're caught in a way, right? If you don't have the money, how do you get the money without getting out there and becoming famous? Is right?
Yeah. So I unfortunately, as much as I don't like Facebook and stuff, but I kind of do. I can't lie. But that's my platform right now.
Yeah.
Is YouTube. We use that with because I go through a publisher in the UK that puts all my videos out for Vivo and all that, So, and then we're getting some recognition from that, so that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. On average, how many songs would go on a CD?
I think nowadays more people are putting a lot of, like, maybe 12 to 14, because a lot of songs are like 2 minutes, and they're very short. Some songs, a lot of my songs are 4 to 5 minutes long.
Okay.
So I'm doing about 12. I'd love to put more, the merrier,
Yeah, for sure.
But I've got another album coming out here. We're trying to hopefully release it. It's going to probably be in the new year. And then I got 4 more albums I want to do. I want to try to set the world record if I can, and release the most, like, 6 albums in 3 years ago, kind of thing.
Right. Now, in the meantime, first of all, where do you do your recording?
The first 2 albums that we did, we recorded them down in Delta, just because the modern technology nowadays, you can just about record anywhere.
Nice,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty handy. And we pay, like, he pays big money to get all that fancy stuff to do recording and that. And we recorded in the garage, and and the sound quality is, like, it's not bad.
Yeah, right.
But we get all the songs mastered, and that costs a lot of money. That's about $120 per song. So there's more investment. And
I know that a lot of musicians, at least a lot of them that I've met or interviewed, have jobs during the day or something, right? Because it doesn't. Most of the time, you can't live off of.
I'm hitting 65. I'm retired, and this is it. I get I might get my money coming in, but so that's why I'm not looking for fame or fortune or nothing like that, or.
You're just doing what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm enjoying. I get to go out there now and play in the taverns and shows and that. I'm singing my own stuff.
That's nice.
And I got 3 guys on stage. Hope I'm gonna have a few more coming here in the future. I'd like to have about 6 guys on stage.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah, another guitar player maybe, or a fiddle player, but a piano player for sure it's got to be. I need a piano player.
So, but for a piano player, like, how do you do
anybody
that?
out there in Chilliwack?
Yeah, you're bound to be somebody out there that's piano, but how did they? Well, they wouldn't be able to bring a piano.
Well, no, it's all keyboards.
The keyboard.
Yeah, just the keyboard
Okay.
thing.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, how are you going to do that?
When I went on the road back in the days, I was with a piano player, and it was, it was a smaller piano, kind of like an organ style kind of thing, and back in the old school days, but yeah, there's something about that piano player.
A different sound for sure.
Keyboardist, or now I guess keyboard player. Yeah.
So now you obviously perform in town here in Chilliwack.
Yeah, we've done a few shows in the last year that I moved here. Chilliwack's been really good to me.
Yeah.
We did a couple of shows at Corky's, and then we did a benefit show for a fella out there too, Corey Sessions, I think, where a bunch of bands got together to try to raise some money for this young fella. And we play at the Anavets.
Right.
And
okay.
yeah, played there. The Bricklayer, I played there a couple of times, and they want us to come back. And I did solo wax. I also do. Me and my buddy Willie will do duo wax, just like acoustic guitars, and have fun doing stuff. And then I do kind of a different style of my music's more folky, country, ballad stuff like that, instead of the higher energy country that we do on stage, but the band, we're a pretty high energy country.
That's what I was gonna ask you,
Yeah.
yeah, because some bands are kind of laid back, other that's like Stan Giles, they're not, they seem to be a little bit more laid back,
Laid back, yeah.
right, you know?
And Stan, and by the way, Stan's a good friend. I met him about a year, yeah.
He's my buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna be actually opening up. His his promoter got a hold of this, the guy who helps promote Stan, and wanted to know if I'd come and do a show with Stan down at in a place in Coquitlam, I think, or something like that. So I'll go, yeah, man.
Oh,
I'll come down there, and of course, because I get to do 40 minutes of my own songs.
Yeah,
Of course I want to be there, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we know some of the same people, you know. I celebrated my 75th birthday this year, and I hired Stan and his band, and
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you know Revster at that band, and
Oh man, I probably know who they are when I
Yeah.
see their faces.
and then my friend Gerald Charlie, I hired them all to be at my birthday because I wanted to just have a big, you know, I'm 75, like,
Yeah.
let's have some fun,
Let's
you
have
know,
some fun,
right?
yeah.
So it was really, really
Oh,
good.
that's nice, yeah.
Yeah, and I think I might have started off interviewing the Stan, or the first guy. I said, I know it wasn't him, but it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But it's so nice because they get to be your friends, like for
Yeah.
me anyway,
Yeah.
you know, it's really cool. It's nice to know that you guys are hooking up and,
Yeah.
and gonna be performing.
Yeah, so that's kind of
places.
cool. So that's gonna be November 17. I don't know all the details yet. Kind of, I don't even know where it's at. So we'll have posters come out for that though when the time comes.
You know, one of the things I just say that impresses me about so many musicians is the generosity of stage time that you have with each other, you know, and what I mean is like, you with Stan and all of this stuff is not just your band, but if somebody said, hey, can we join you, or the night you're playing or whatever, it's all, yeah, for sure,
You
right?
betcha, yeah. I like that kind of if you have that brotherhood, it's pretty cool to have
Yeah.
the brotherhood. It's I practice a lot. I preach, I should say. I preach a lot about the brotherhood of music and sisterhood of musicians down here. And I over Facebook, I try to rally guys to say, look at man, let's share each other's stuff.
Yeah.
You know, who else is gonna do it for us but us? So we gotta look after each other, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm getting through, hopefully that's my ego getting in the way, but hopefully I'm getting away or getting through to them. That, you know, like,
There's space for all of us. This is what I think, you know, there's space for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody wants to do a show like what I'm doing, like, do it, you know?
Yeah.
Right? We all have a little bit of a different style.
no,
So you're not stepping on anybody else's toes, but
Yeah,
even so,
exactly.
I'd say just do it. If that's what you want to do, go for it, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, okay, so you want to do 4 more albums, did you say?
Just 4 more, I'd sure like to get, that's kind of, I know it sounds silly, but the bucket
Oh,
list thing
that's
or
it.
whatever people say, so yeah, I'd like to get 4 more done and sooner the better.
Right, yeah.
In case I don't, not here forever, but no.
But
that would be-
none
that
of
would
us
be
are going to be here forever, like, that's too
Yeah,
long.
yeah. Yeah, I don't, I'll be happy to go in 20 years or whatever, it'll be time.
So can I ask you just things like, where were you born originally?
Originally Calgary,
Oh,
yeah.
Calgary,
and
okay.
then somewhere around the age of 4, we moved to Dawson Creek. And then,
Oh, right.
and then out, and from there we went way out into did my dad look after a cattle ranch, 500 head of cows with a team of horses.
Oh,
Yeah, he had a team and that's how he fed the cattle. And so he was all by himself, and then all 7 kids, 7 in my family. And we were isolated, living out. We had no TV, or like I said, at nighttime you could get radio, and
that's the kind
it
of
was
way I grew
beautiful.
up.
It was just beautiful. Like, it
Yeah.
was out in the middle of nowhere in northern BC. You had to go up the Alaska Highway about 54 miles and then really go back into the bush then from there,
Oh.
right? And it was a northern ranch, and it was cool. It was great living. I loved it.
Did you? Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
really
was-
good.
And then that's how I became, I guess, with the guitar playing and singing all the time,
Mhm.
because we all sang. We had nothing better else to do,
I
right?
was gonna ask you, your other siblings, are they performers?
Oh yeah, they played. My sisters played the accordions, and all my brothers play guitar. There's 4 brothers, all 4 of us played. Yeah,
Now look at
and it
me,
was fun.
I've got such a great last name and we're not
Yeah,
performers.
I was gonna ask you, are you related to Bonnie Guitar?
No.
You know who she is?
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
she
heard of
was,
her,
I
but
think
no.
she was married to Merle Haggard at one time.
Oh,
back in
okay,
the
yeah,
day,
yeah, no, we're from New Brunswick,
Yeah.
and when I traced it, our ancestry back, it's like France and Spain and that
Yeah,
area, so,
yeah.
but guitars is it's a lot more common than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I didn't, it's actually, to me, it's like, well, I've only heard of one person called guitar. It's a cool name to have.
Well, there's a lot of us in my family, we're 12 kids, so we have a lot of guitars.
A lot of guitars.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So now I don't know, are you married and have
I
children?
know, I'm on my own. I got kids though.
Yeah.
Married a long time ago and went through all what most singers, songwriters do. You gotta go through a few waves and
Sure.
you gotta hurt and you gotta do the divorce things and stumble and fall and get back up again and write songs.
A lot of us have done that.
Yeah.
So what about your children? Are they performers?
No, my son he plays bass guitar and guitar. He's pretty good, but he's too shy to play in front of people. My daughter's a pretty good singer, but that's about it.
Oh, but that's nice that they have that talent anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you get together with them? When you get together with them, do you?
Yeah, well, me and my son live together.
Okay.
We both live here in Chilliwack and yeah, but he's got a different style of music and I got my style, so yeah, we play every once in a while, but not as much as people would probably think.
Yeah,
Just different styles.
different style for
Yeah.
sure. We all do our own thing, right?
He starts doing his stuff and I go, I don't like that stuff.
Well, I think we covered everything, probably.
I'd like to say though, on
Please.
November 4th.
Talk to the audience
November
there.
4th, me and Willie B are gonna be doing an acoustic showcase for the BCCMAs. That's the British Columbian Country Music Association.
Okay,
And then November 5th, we go to the awards night and I'm being nominated for Roots Artist of the Year.
very nice.
So I made it to the final round but
I saw that. I think I saw that on Facebook, right?
you probably did, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's really great
Yeah.
because this will air in time. I think it's probably going to air on November 3rd. So
Okay,
people
well,
get
cool.
those dates, well, I can air it whenever I want.
Yeah.
I'm the boss.
Yeah, you're the boss, yeah.
I am the show.
And I got a new video coming out, you guys, or it's out on YouTube right now called I Miss Drinking. I make fun of back when I used to drink and do drugs and all that, and that's all. It's just a funny, kind of supposed to be a funny song. And we made a brand new video in downtown Vancouver and yeah.
That's so cool.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, thanks very much for being here. I
Well,
really
thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me. I'm honored to be here. That's good because I love this town and
That's nice.
everything about it. I've been here. This is home. I just Chilliwack's been good to me. I promote it all the time. I brag about it when I go out on the road and it's a good place.
That's right. I forgot to, sorry, I forgot to ask you this now. When you say going on the road, where are the places you've been and where would you like to go?
Cross Canada. I want to go right to Newfoundland and back. I'm a Canadian. I don't care about America. I don't give a crap about the Americans. They got enough singers down there. I'm all Canadian, I'm very Canadian. If I talk about songs about some of my songs got Fort St. John Terrace and Kitimat and they don't know where it's at and they don't care.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
But my goal is just to tour Canada. But lately since we started up, we kind of only started with Ron because we were missing a bass player, right?
Mhm.
So when I moved here, we picked up Ron. So we've been on a tour about 5 months. I can't remember when we started, but we've been about 3 trips to the island now and doing like 3 or 4 different shows out there. One day we had 2 shows and one day them were fun. I like them. We got to play at 12 o'clock and then play at 7 o'clock at night. Just a lot of fun, right?
Right, yeah.
And up to Powell River, done some pretty cool shows up there. I try to play I donate my time to the veterans as much as I can.
Okay.
Because I'm a son of a war vet. My dad was 41 to 46 as a veteran. And so I really believe in our veterans, right?
Yeah.
So we went out to Alberta 2 years in a row now. I've gone out to Alberta and donated my time and put on a show for a veteran organization out there.
Good.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
a lot of
very
good times.
Yeah, that's really great. Now, just remind everybody you're looking for.
Oh, a piano player here in Chilliwack would be pretty cool.
So how can they contact
Gotta
you?
look like us, Willie's and the kid, we all got a lot of hair, Ron, we all got a lot of hair, so you
Substantial beard.
you gotta have hair, the dress code.
So now if they want to get a hold of you, what would be the best way?
Probably just through Facebook, look up Duane Watson Music or Duane
Okay.
Watson on my Facebook is probably easiest. to get a hold of me
Okay.
and then go from there. And if he's a Chilliwackian, well, that's even better yet.
Makes it easier, a little bit easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
And I just want to thank everybody for watching the show. I sure hope you continue to do so. And it would be so nice if you'd subscribe, but I'm not going to beg. People are so annoying. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Anyway, take care, everybody, and peace out. Now I fight all the time with looking for the off button. There we go.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.